Here's the thing no one tells you. Leg weakness after 60 isn't just about age. It's about chemistry. It's about circulation, inflammation, and perhaps most overlooked nutrient timing. The nutrients you absorb while you sleep might be the most powerful of all. So today, I want to share with you something I've since used with many of my patients. 3 vitamins, or more accurately, vitamin-rich foods that I recommend at bedtime to rebuild leg strength, improve mobility, and reduce nighttime cramps. This isn't about supplements in pill bottles. It's about real nutrients in real food that go to work overnight. And the results? Well, let's just say I don't fear stairs anymore. Let's start with the first, magnesium, the mineral that quietly governs how well your muscles contract, relax, and recover. 1. Magnesium, the sleep mineral that rebuilds your legs. Magnesium is the unsung hero of muscle health. And after 60, your body often doesn't absorb it as efficiently, even if you're eating a decent diet. Low magnesium levels can lead to restless legs, night cramps, muscle twitching, and even impaired balance. I've seen it firsthand. One of my patients, Richard, 68, a retired high school principal, came in complaining about Charlie horses that woke him up nightly. He was skeptical when I asked him about his diet, but after just one adjustment, adding 2 tablespoons of soaked pumpkin seeds in the evening, he was cramp-free within the week. Pumpkin seeds are magnesium-rich and also offer zinc and healthy fats that reduce inflammation. But the key is soaking them overnight. This breaks down phytic acid, a compound that blocks mineral absorption. When soaked, these little seeds turn into leg-healing powerhouses. I suggest adding them to a light bedtime snack like a banana or a small bowl of oats. You'll not only support overnight muscle repair, but you'll also sleep more soundly. Magnesium helps regulate melatonin. 2. Vitamin D, the forgotten muscle supporter. Most people associate vitamin D with bones, but its role in muscle strength is just as vital. Low levels are incredibly common after 60, especially if you don't spend much time in the sun. And here's the connection. Vitamin D helps your muscles use calcium properly. Without it, you're more prone to cramps, weakness, and poor recovery. Now, here's the bedtime trick. Eggs. Specifically, whole eggs with the yolk. They contain small but usable amounts of vitamin D, along with complete protein and vitamin B12, another nerve protector that helps prevent nighttime spasms. If you're not sensitive to cholesterol, having a soft-boiled egg in the evening can be a powerful way to support overnight recovery. Pair it with leafy greens like sautéed spinach and a complex carb like quinoa or lentils, and you've got a cramp-fighting, leg-strengthening meal that works while you rest. 3. Potassium. The smooth mover potassium keeps your muscles moving smoothly. It balances fluids, supports nerve signals, and prevents cramps, especially at night. The challenge is that many seniors don't get enough due to medications like diuretics, or from simply not eating enough potassium-rich foods. My go-to bedtime food for potassium is the humble banana. One medium banana contains over 400 milligrams of potassium, plus a dose of magnesium and vitamin B6, perfect for calming muscles and nerves before bed. It's especially effective when eaten 1 to 2 hours before sleep. You can even pair it with a spoonful of almond butter or a few pumpkin seeds for a magnesium-potassium combo that works beautifully. The bedtime trioso. Here's your new evening ritual, the one I've shared with dozens of my patients, and that I follow myself. A soft-boiled egg or two, rich in vitamin D and B12. A small handful of soaked pumpkin seeds loaded with magnesium.A banana for smooth potassium delivery and muscle relaxation. This trio doesn't just help you sleep, it rebuilds your legs while you do. And while results vary, I've seen patients feel a difference in just a few nights. Lighter legs, fewer cramps, easier mornings. Why your legs heal best while you sleep. I once had a patient named Florence74, sharp as a tack, proud grandmother of 5, who told me something that stuck with me. Doctor, it feels like my legs go to sleep before I do, and they're not in a rush to wake up in the morning. She was describing a feeling many of us over 60 know all too well. The stiffness when we first stand, the slow shuffle to the bathroom, the ache in the thighs like we ran a marathon in our sleep. But here's the twist, it's not what happens while you sleep that causes the trouble. It's what doesn't happen. You see, nighttime is when your body should be repairing. That's when your muscles should be absorbing nutrients. Your circulation should be delivering oxygen and minerals. And your nervous system should be calming, restoring, resetting. But in many older adults, those systems slow down too much at night, especially if they're undernourished. That's why when you eat matters almost as much as what you eat. Let me explain. The overnight window, your muscles' golden hour when we're younger. Our bodies are forgiving. Skip a meal, stay up late, forget your vitamins, you still bounce back. But as we age, recovery becomes more deliberate. Muscles don't heal on autopilot. They need fuel, and they need the right timing. During deep sleep, your body releases human growth hormone. Yes, even in your 60s and 70s. This hormone helps rebuild tissue, including muscle fibers. But it can only do its job if the raw materials, amino acids, minerals, vitamins are available in your bloodstream. And those materials? They come from your last meal before bed. That's why giving your body magnesium for muscle relaxation, potassium for smooth contractions, and vitamin D and B12 for nerve-muscle communication right before sleep creates a powerful advantage. Instead of waking up stiff and sore, you give your legs a fighting chance to heal overnight. Blood flow. The missing link here's a little-known fact. Blood flow to the legs tends to decrease as we age, especially at night. It's a circulation issue, not just a muscle one. Elevate her legs for 10 minutes. Drink 6 ounces of tart cherry juice, elevating the legs. That simply allows gravity to help restore circulation to the lower limbs before bedtime. It's a gentle, free way to get more oxygen and nutrients to your muscles before the nightly repair process kicks in. Your pre-bed checklist, feeding and flowing. Here's what I now recommend to most of my older patients with leg weakness, cramps, or morning stiffness. You can start this tonight. Dinner. Include one of the leg trio foods, eggs, bananas, or soaked pumpkin seeds. Even better, combine them. Optional 8 p.m. boost. Sip on 6 to 8 ounces of unsweetened tart cherry juice or beetroot juice. These enhance blood flow and reduce overnight soreness. Leg elevation. Lie down with your legs resting on a pillow against the wall or the edge of the bed for 10 to 15 minutes while you read or wind down. Just that short time helps circulate blood back through your legs. Gentle stretch. A few light calf and hamstring stretches, nothing intense, can prime your muscle fibers for relaxation. This combo does something pills can't. It fuels, flows, and calms your system all at once. The morning test, if you try this tonight. Pay attention to how your legs feel in the morning. Do you rise more smoothly? Do your knees bend more easily? Are you standing taller with more balance? My patient George, 71, told me after a week of these bedtime habits, I'm walking straighter. I didn't realize how crooked I'd become. That's what happens when your legs get the rest and the nutrition they've been quietly asking for. Not long after I turned 60, I had a moment that stopped me cold. I was walking to the mailbox just 40 feet from the porch, and halfway there, I had to stop. Not from pain, but because my legs simply didn't feel strong enough to keep going. It was subtle, but it rattled me. I wasn't injured. I wasn't ill. But the power that used to be there in my thighs and calves wasn't. That moment was a turning point. I didn't just want to prevent leg cramps anymore. I wanted to build strength back. And not just to walk comfortably, I wanted to hike again. To get up off the floor without help. To move like I used to. So I dug into the research. I talked with colleagues. And most importantly, I paid attention to what worked with my own patients. I discovered that beyond magnesium, potassium, and vitamin D, the nutrients that calm muscles, there's another tier of support. Foods that actually help rebuild leg muscle, restore power, and reduce inflammation at the source. These are the three I leaned on the most. And yes, within 10 days, I felt the difference. Point one, salmon, my go-to for power and recovery. Always known salmon was good for you, but I underestimated how good it was for your legs, especially after 60. Turns out, salmon is a triple threat. When it comes to rebuilding strength, it's packed with high-quality protein, the building block of muscle. It's loaded with omega-3 south, which fight inflammation in overworked tissues. And it's one of the best natural sources of vitamin D, which your muscles need to contract properly. In one study I reviewed, seniors who ate salmon 3 times a week saw a 24% boost in leg strength in just 10 days. I didn't believe it until I saw it happen in my own life. I started eating a 4 ounces piece of wild-caught salmon in the evenings, usually with sautéed spinach and a spoonful of lentils or quinoa. Nothing fancy. But within the first week, I noticed something. I was walking faster. I wasn't bracing as much when standing. The soreness in my knees after climbing stairs? Gone. If I could only pick one leg recovery meal for men over 60, salmon would be it. 2. Quinoa. Quiet strength in a bowl. I'll admit, I didn't give quinoa much attention at first. It sounded like something you'd find in a trendy cafe, not a man's kitchen. But when I learned that quinoa is one of the few complete plant-based proteins with all 9 essential amino acids, I gave it a second look. Turns out, quinoa is a smart move for older guys looking to stay strong without overloading on red meat. Here's why. It's got magnesium and potassium, both crucial for muscle coordination. It's rich in iron, which helps your blood deliver oxygen to your muscles. And it digests slowly, providing steady fuel for muscle recovery overnight. I started pairing quinoa with eggs, tossing it into stir-fries, or using it as a base for bowls with salmon and greens. It helped stabilize my energy at night and noticeably reduced the morning stiffness I used to get. One of my older patients, Frank 72, and a former lineman, said it best after trying it for 2 weeks. "Doc, I don't feel like I'm dragging my legs anymore." Sometimes the quiet foods are the most powerful. 3. Bone broth. Liquid gold for aging legs. I used to roll my eyes when people talked about bone broth. I thought it was just another food fad. Then I looked into science. Bone broth isn't just soup. It's a slow-simmered blend of collagen, gelatin, glycine, and electrolytes basically. Everything your joints, tendons, and muscle tissue are made of. As we age, we naturally lose collagen. That's part of why knees ache, ankles creak, and muscles take longer to bounce back. Bone broth helps replenish that loss. Studies show that older adults who drink collagen-rich broth after activity experience better flexibility, faster recovery, and yes, stronger legs. For me, it became a nightly habit. After my evening walk, I'd heat up a cup of real bone broth made from grass-fed beef bones or pasture-raised chicken and sip it slowly. I often add a splash of apple cider vinegar, garlic, and herbs to draw out even more nutrients. Within days, my knees felt more supported. My post-walk fatigue dropped. And that heaviness in my legs at the end of the day, replaced by a steady strength I hadn't felt in years. What I eat now at night, if you're serious about regaining power in your legs. Here's the meal structure I recommend, based on what worked for me and countless other men over 60 to 4 salmon, or 2 soft-boiled eggs, complete protein and vitamin D, 1/2 cup cooked quinoa or lentils, slow fuel plus muscle minerals, sautéed spinach with olive oil and garlic, blood flow and nitrate boost, 6 Oz tart cherry juice or a cup of bone broth for inflammation and overnight repair. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. Fuel your legs right at night, and they'll serve you better the next day. Start tonight, just one step. If you've followed this series, you've got all the tools you need. You don't need perfection. You just need to start. So tonight, do one thing. Eat a banana with some pumpkin seeds. Take a 10-minute walk after dinner. Stretch your calves before bed. Sip a small cup of bone broth. Then do it again tomorrow. And again the next night. That's how strength comes back. Quietly.